I learned today from Wikipedia that compared to our minority status, Jews make up a huge proportion of the world's mathematicians. In 1933, when the Nazis rose to power in Germany, 1/3 of all mathematics professors in the country were Jewish, while Jews constituted less than 1% of the population. Jewish mathematicians made major contributions throughout the 20th century and into the 21st, as is evidenced by their high representation among the winners of major mathematics awards. 27% for the Fields Medal, 27% Jews, 30% Jews for the Abel Prize, and 40% for the Wolf Prize. It's true. Jews love numbers. Numbers are exact, bring structure, and are true. And they also bring meaning to our lives. We Jews have so many numbers. Last week during Passover, we sang the song, Echad Mi Yodea, who knows one, demonstrating the myriad things that Jews so love to count. So where do we start with? Shlosha asar midaya, shnei asar dibraya, chad asar kochvaya, asara dibraya, tisha yacheleda. That's what we did, right? So what do we had? We had 13 virtues, 12 tribes, 11 stars in Joseph's dreams, 10 commandments, right? 9 months till a baby is born, 8 are the days for a Brit Milah, etc. 7 are the days of the week. All right, so where did we go here? Okay. Here's a little crowd participation. I'm going to call out a number, and you could say what it corresponds to in Jewish tradition. Now, there are sometimes more than one thing, so don't be shy to say the thing that comes to mind. There's no wrong answers. Okay, 7 days of the week and of creation, Shabbat on the 7th day. Great. And Passover, good. Whoever said that. 40. Did you make that out? Years of wandering in the desert. 40, what else is 40? 40 has a couple of them. The flood, good. What else? Do you know how long it took Moshe to go up to Mount Sinai? 40 days, another 40. Okay, that was a trick one. 613. Mitzvot, you guys are great. 10 commandments, good. And then, we have 8 days of Sukkot. What about this? What about 4? At the Seder, we had 4 questions, 4 cups of wine. What, 4 matriarchs, 4 cups of wine. Good. There's more, of course. Does anybody know 49 days? The Omer. Very good. Very good. Heck, we even have a book of the Torah called Numbers. We really do like to count. And we are now 1 week into the counting of the Omer, which counts down from the second night of Passover, our first steps of freedom, to Shavuot, the receiving of the Torah on Mount Sinai. The Omer is a period of introspection, a time for self-examination and the study of personal midot, values. For some, it is also a time of mourning of the 24,000 students of Rabbi Akiva who died of a terrible plague during this period. This is why observant Jews don't get haircuts, shave their beards, or hold weddings during the Omer. In recent years, counting the Omer has gained popularity among many of my Cantor and Rabbi friends. It has become a way to focus our intention, an extension of the spring cleaning that we did for Passover. Psalm 90, verse 12 says, "Teach us to number our days so that we may obtain a wise heart." How might numbering our days give us a wise heart? This goes back to the Jewish concept of mindful living. Our tradition says, take stock, pay attention to the details, turn off the autopilot and live with intention. And if you can learn to do that, you will obtain a wise heart, even an open heart, and even more, a broken and open heart. And so we should make a practice of counting. But wait a second. Doesn't Judaism teach us not to count? Teach us to number our days so that we can bring fuller awareness and meaning to our life. That's how we obtain a wise heart. But at the same time, counting people is frowned upon in our tradition. We go out of our way not to assign numbers to people. If you've ever been to an Orthodox or even a conservative synagogue for a daily service, you might see the service leader making sure that there were 10 people present for the minyan. By not counting the people in attendance, right? Sometimes they actually say not one, not two, not three, etc. And other times they recite the words of a verse from Hosea that said as you don your tefillin in the morning, you say, Ve'erastich li le'olam, b'tzedek u'v'mishpat u'v'chesed u'v'rachamim. Each word of the verse corresponding to a number. So if you get to the end of the verse, with people present for each word, then you have enough for a minyan. Why shouldn't we assign numbers to people? Well, the Torah teaches in the story of creation, Vayivra Elohim et ha'adam b'tzalmo, b'tselem Elohim bara oto, zachar u'nekeva bara otam. And God created humankind in the divine image, creating it in the image of God, creating them male and female. Each one of us is made in the divine image. We are all little less than divine ourselves, and assigning numbers to people dehumanizes them. We know this all too well from our recent history, when during the Holocaust, Jews were reduced to numbers, which allowed the unspeakable to happen to 6 million of our people. This Sunday night, we will observe Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day, and give names and faces to the millions who were reduced to mere numbers. In a few weeks, we will come to the book of Numbers, and we will witness the care that is given to taking a census of the people. Moses and Aaron are instructed by God to naso et rosh, to lift up the heads of the Israelites. This is indeed a very different type of counting. This action does not bat a person over the head like in Duck, Duck, Goose, 1, 2, 3. Instead, naso et rosh indicates something more like this. Hello. Right? I see you. It's not counting, it's saying, you count. I'm lifting like you imagine someone lifting up your chin. So I want to leave you this evening with my favorite Hasidic teachings. And I learned this from my rabbi, Steve Folberg, who I worked with in Austin, Texas. And so the teaching, which you might have heard me tell because it is really my favorite, goes like this. The teaching says that every single human being has an entourage of angels that go before them as they walk through life. Each one of us and every single person on earth. And that entourage of angels is calling out, make way for the image of God. If we are paying attention and practicing mindfulness, perhaps we will be able to hear these angelic voices saying, make way for the image of God. Shabbat shalom.